And I see BJ, so we're going to give it just a few minutes for people to log on and for YouTube to catch up with itself. Hi, Melissa. I've got my coffee. I've got my Pioneer Woman mug today. Who's a fan of the Pioneer Woman? She has a store in Oklahoma. Hi, Brenna. Hi, guys. You got to give YouTube a minute to catch up. So I'm just going to have a sip of coffee and say hi as people join. And you like her line? Good. You can see me. Okay, good. Good. Yeah. It's at Walmart. So every time Tony goes to Walmart, he goes over and looks at her section. And sometimes he'll bring something home that he thinks is new, and other times it's like they didn't have anything new. Hi, Marianne. Hi, Lori. Hi, Lowell. Hi, everyone. So, we're going to just give it a few minutes for people to join, and then we're going to jump right in. I've got a couple things to show you. So, what time is it? 1 o'clock, yeah. I should have put my phone on Do Not Disturb. I didn't do it, but that's okay. We'll give it just a minute more. I got to put my coffee over here because otherwise I'll knock it over. You know how that goes. So hi, guys. Oh, could I do it from my watch? I don't know, Brenna, you smarty. Let me go see. I probably can. I'm on settings. Let's see. Oh my gosh. I did. It's on Do Not Disturb. Thanks, Brenna. I had no idea. It's good. I just put my watch on too. I didn't have it on all day, and I just now put it on, so good. All right. So a couple things that I want to go over. And we'll get more people as the time goes by. It is a Friday afternoon of a holiday weekend, so we may not get a ton of people today, and that's absolutely okay. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the new pattern that I did the launch videos for. There's 2 videos. It's the Simple Wallet Raw Edge, and I have made 3 so far. Hi, Melissa. It is an addictive pattern. I'm just saying. Yeah. So here was my first one that I made with the accordion, and money can slip underneath here for cash. This doesn't have the back pocket. There's very little sewing, and it is really true to its name. It is a simple wallet raw edge. Raw edges here and on the flap, but it's very simple to make. I will say, when I first got the pattern from Anne at Simple Artful Stuff, I was a little intimidated, but it really is very simple. This one took me about 2 hours from beginning to end, cutting and sewing. This was my second one, and you'll see I did it a little different. I just have the little piece on the front, and then on the back I have a little pocket in the back. Really just big enough for a few pieces of change, or like a house key or something like that, or a mailbox key, whatever. And then you open it up and you have your accordion. So that's where the money goes, back here. So that was my second one. This is my third one. And I did the back pocket on this one too, but I made it pretty simple and plain on the front. Same scenario. I mean, The thing about this wallet is it uses products that I personally had never used before. I'd never used an accordion insert. I've never used Salpa, or Salpa is a brand name, but it's a leather stabilizer reinforcer. I'd never used that before. Those are the two big things I think that I had never used, because they're really more for leather type stuff. So the other thing I would say about this pattern is this one I used an 18 millimeter snap. This I used just a fashion snap. Either work. I did order some 14 millimeter snaps. I've never had 14 millimeters, but I think for this small of a wallet, it would probably be better. The 18 works, so if that's all you have, it works perfectly. But a 14 millimeter snap is probably better for small things. I think we all know that. So that's the Simple Wallet Raw Edge. It was released yesterday. I do have 2 videos out there. The first version 1 goes over the make of this one, and I get really in depth about the products, how you use them. Oh, the other product that I had never used was Heat and Bond, because you attach your Selpa to the exterior with Heat and Bond. So those 3 products I had never used before. And then the second video, I make this one, which is a little more straightforward because I don't talk as much about all the products. So that's those. Everybody I know is going to get one of those for Christmas. They are just so cute. The mint green looks classy. It's the mint green is a faux suede. This is a faux suede from Sawyer's. Very, very nice. The one thing that I did in the pattern, and you'll see it when you see me make the black leopard one, I did line this pocket with some of the wallet lining that's this. I think in the pattern, she talks about leaving it raw edge. Absolutely fine. You don't have to do the wallet lining for it. I just did, you know, just because I could. You know, Mariette, that's a very good question. And the designer has tried it with Decaville Light and Decaville Heavy, and she does not recommend it at all. Selpa is a very different product. It's not very expensive, and I got mine at the Bag Making Academy, and I got a whole roll for, I think it was $19. So, you know, about the same as a roll of vinyl. And you don't use very much, so it's going to go a long way. And I cut it out on my Scan and Cut, so there's very little waste, really. I have not tried Decaville Light or Heavy. She doesn't recommend it. She does not recommend doing it in cork either, because the cork cracks. Even if you have really good cork, she's tried it with a variety of corks, and it cracks, and it doesn't look good. So I doubt that she will join today. I did tell her, oh, good, Nancy, good. I am buying some of the black inserts wholesale, so I will be carrying those on my website. It's going to be a while because they're going to be shipped by sea. So it'll probably be 5-6 weeks, something wonderful like that. All right, so go get the pattern. I will be more than happy. In fact, I am going to do a live next week or the week after, one of the two, on making one of them. So if you want to get the pattern, if you want to get the materials, feel free. And let's do it together. But I'm going to make another one live because I'm addicted to them. And I have to make a lot because everybody I know is going to get one for Christmas or birthday or something. So anyway, this is what we're making today. The Haralson, let me make it the name right because I sometimes don't get names right, as you all know if you've watched me for any length of time. It's called the Haralson belt bag. I make it into a crossbody. I'm not into belt bags, although the way I have made it, you could easily wear it around your waist because I made it a sling with an adjustable strap. But this is the Haralson belt bag by Noodlehead. Crossbody belt bag is what she calls it. It is very cute. It's roomy. It's got a zipper inside. On this one, used a twist lock. The one I'm going to do today, I'm using a twist lock too. And then on the back, you have a really large zipper pocket. So if you were on my sew along, this is a really kind of reminiscent of the Louis bag. I would say this one is much simpler. It has probably the same amount of pieces, but this one is a little, there's no binding. It's a turned bag. It's pretty simple to make, really. And it's a very useful bag. So you can see it has the wings. It's got these little, I don't know, darts. They're not really darts. You'll see how we make them. It's quite different. I really like it. All right, so that's what we're making. This is the one I made the other day. I actually, over on Thor, have another one going. I've kind of decided that things like this that are pretty reasonably, can be pretty reasonably priced, I'm going to start making multiple of them. I had a couple and they already sold. So I have this one, the one I'm doing over there, and then the one we're making today. So, very exciting. So I am going to move you over to my other, I don't have a camera yet, but I'm going to move you right here. I'm doing it as nice and gently as I can. How was that? That wasn't too bad. Hi guys, I'm just catching up. Hi Kim, hi Jack, Melissa, Nicole, hi everybody. Okay, so what we are gonna make it out of today is purple. Lots and lots of purple. I'm gonna use purple cork. So these are the wings. And then I'm gonna use the flap is purple, let me see. It's purple ostrich, if you can see that. So all purple, and then the lining is also purple. I know, shocking, really. So what I'm going to do first is my strap. And I don't know, Brenna or Jan, that's a shock, purple. I know, thank you. I don't know if Karina at Indo Love Creations carries this batik webbing anymore, but it is really great webbing. So you could go see if she has it. I don't know if she carries it anymore. I think she might. I gotta pull my chair down just a little. I felt like I was like gonna touch the ceiling or something. All right, so I'm gonna do my strap. I have my slider on and it's folded over. I am just gonna sew that together with 2 rows of stitches. So I had this machine, my fabricator, all ready to go with the purple. And then the one I'm doing on Thor. So I got both machines going today. I know. It's not like me, but it might be in the future. So 1 more row of stitches here. Okay. Oh, did you find it, Jan? Look at Jan and Brenna go. And BJ is here too. Teresa couldn't be with us today. She had to help her mom, which is always #1 priority. Okay. And I know that very well because you found it in graphite. Okay. Yeah, I need to actually send her a text and ask her if she's going to get any more of the purple in because it's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm putting my swivel clasp on. This is the wrong side of my swivel clasp, or my slide adjuster. Put that on up and through. I always check, hi Veronica, to make sure I don't have anything twisted. And then I'm going to add my other swivel clasp. You know, the other thing about this webbing is it really doesn't fray. It does probably over time, but it doesn't fray like some webbing. So it's really nice webbing. Okay, 2 rows of stitches here. Hey, and I'm just going to give a little heads up. My admins, you know, Teresa, Brenna, BJ, and Jan and I met yesterday to do a little review of the sew along, which was very successful. And everybody that joined, I appreciate it. We had a great time. I loved every minute of it because I could see you and talk to you. It was just fabulous for me. We are going to do another one. We talked about doing, maybe doing them once a quarter. All right, there's my strap, all done. We talked about doing them once a quarter, and the first one we did was very long. It was too long. I'm just gonna say it out loud. It was too long. It was 4 hours almost. So we talked about doing it again, but breaking it up into maybe 2 or 3 sessions, depending on the pattern that we choose. Whoops. I am going to probably choose the next pattern, or my team and I. You want to join the live next time? Yeah. So I forgot I didn't base these in place. Sorry, hold on. So I'm just basting my D-rings together. Just the webbing. So I will choose the pattern, or my team and I will choose the pattern for next time. I will work to get a discount on the pattern for next time. Although we already have a pattern in mind that I think everybody's going to actually love. I'm not going to say it out loud, but I think everybody's going to really like it. And probably split the sew along into 2 sessions. I kind of feel like 2 hours is plenty of time for a sew along. I know me personally, after the 4 hours, I was exhausted. I'm an old girl, but it was just too long, I think. We had a great time. I don't want to poo-poo it at all because we had a really good time. Okay, so I'm talking and I'm not showing you anything I'm doing. Noon, yeah. Jan and Brenna, you're funny girls. All right, so here's my wing. Fold it right sides together. Oh, it didn't do the do not disturb. Oh well, that's okay. Fold your rings right sides together, and we're inserting our D-ring. This is a 3-inch piece and my D-ring inside there. And I typically leave about a 1/4 of an inch hanging out. And then we're gonna sew that together at the seam allowance in the pattern. Down this side and down this long edge. Yeah, 2 hours is your max. I really think that is. Yeah. And we're probably gonna do the giveaways a little different. I'll still have giveaways. But there was a little confusion on that too. But so we'll do that a little different so everybody can participate. So it's probably going to be in August or September sometime. We got to come up with some dates. I'm pretty excited. I had a great time. So now I'm trimming this. I am not trimming my webbing. So just like that. And then I am going to trim this corner without going through my stitching. So just like that. Sorry guys, I failed to put myself on do not disturb. All right, so now we're just going to pull those right sides out. Hi Barb, bag maker Barb. Poke your corners out. This is actually, I don't know what she calls this pattern. If it's, I don't know if she calls it a beginner friendly or not. Oh, she calls it an intermediate. I think anybody could do it. I think a beginner could do this pattern. It's really not that hard. But just like with any pattern, a beginner could do an intermediate. You just have to take your time and take it step by step. Hi, Evelyn. Hey, Nancy, be sure the card inserts are the right size. What's the company name? I can tell you off the top of my head if they have the right size. Is it Rocky Mountain or something like that? Hi, Mary. Okay, now we're going to top stitch those, and then we'll close off this raw edge. Eighth of an inch. Oh, Melissa, that is so sweet. Thank you. You're cleaning you're cleaning your sewing room while you're watching, and you found 20 pairs of scissors. I hear ya. All right, let's do this other one. Thank you, Melissa. That is so kind. You can never have enough scissors. Nancy, I don't know if you heard me. Check, let me know where you're getting those inserts. There's nothing wrong with them if they're shorter, but you have to make an adjustment in the pattern if you're going to use the shorter ones. And I'll tell you about it. I'm just doing my other wing. Yeah, I only have one insert left. At least I did earlier. I only had 4 extras, and so I've sold 3 of them, and there was one left a little bit ago. So, all right, so there's our wings. It's a beautiful thing. Look at that. Okay, so we got our wings, we have our strap, and now we are gonna work on our zippers, or our one zipper at least. RM Leather Supply. Okay, so Nancy, if you get your inserts from them, they are shorter. So the inserts that I have are a little taller. So in the pattern, you're gonna have to change how far down you put the insert. They're shorter, and the designer kind of felt like the cards were apt to fall out. That's all I haven't used them, so I don't know that. But that's what she says. So they're shorter and the cards are apt to fall out, but they're available. So I would, you could certainly try them. Maybe, what would be fun? I'm hearing you guys talk about cleaning out your sewing room. I just thought of this off the top of my head. Doesn't mean we have to do it or we would, but wouldn't it be fun just to do a live Zoom, not YouTube, a Zoom, and we all clean and work on our sewing rooms, and we share all the little things that we do for organization. I would love to do that. I'm always looking for something different to do as far as organization. Okay, I'm just trimming these up a little bit so they're the same width as my zipper. It would take hours. So make sure you have your zipper pull on. Put your little tabs on the end of this outside zipper. Stitch it, turn it over, and top stitch. And then trim it up. Those accordion inserts for that pattern, they're hard to find. Now, I'm going to have quite a few. I ordered 100 of them. So, in black. So, I'll have plenty once they come in, but it's just going to be a while. All right, so there's my zipper. Now I need to take my exterior back, which is this piece. So this is purple cork. I'm going to do my centers, which I didn't do. Yeah, that's who I'm getting them from, Lori. It's from Ginger. She's letting me buy them wholesale. I normally wouldn't do that for a pattern, something that is just for a pattern, but I love this pattern. So I decided maybe you guys will love it too, so that's what I did. All right, now I'm going to center my zipper on right side down with the zipper pull going to the left. And I'm just looking to make sure that I got it on there pretty good. Centered, okay? And now we're just gonna base that in place. And I didn't say what kind of thread and stuff I'm using. I'm using Tex 45 variegated purple. It's from, this purple is from Wizardry Stitchery. It's I want to say it's that fairy floss. Yeah. All right, so I just basted that in place. Now I'm going to take my zipper lining and we're going to lay that right at, you know, I'm using more purple. Yeah. Let me center this. This is a square piece, so it doesn't matter which side you use. It's the same. Okay. All right, let's lay that right side down with our zipper sandwiched in between. Yep, So Many Creations. I'm pretty sure that's where I got this one. I either get it from So Many Creations NY or I get it from Fabric Funhouse. So it's one of those two, but I think this is from Jessica. All right, now let's do the full seam allowance here. Being aware of where my zipper pull is. And then we're going to turn that wrong sides together. And top stitch under the zipper. And yes, I am using, I'll show you here in a second. I didn't even show you that, did I? Purple zipper tape. I know, I can't help myself. And I'm almost out of it, so I did break down and put an order in. Our purple Barbie. I can't help it. And I got it from, I think I got it from Wondergram. Yeah, I think I got it from the purple zipper tape from Wondergram. It's absolutely gorgeous, I know. All right, now I got to remind myself what I'm doing next because I've been talking. Let me have a sip of coffee. Hold on. Hold, please. Zipper tape is everything. I know. Okay, fold exterior, lining up, meet the wrong side of the remaining zipper. Okay. Okay, so we're going to bring this up, our lining up to the top of our raw zipper tape. And just make sure you get the sides together. It's not quite, it doesn't quite go to the edges. So don't think that you made a mistake in cutting because it doesn't quite go to the edge. It's almost there, but not quite. And then we're just going to baste that on. huge zipper pull on this today, and it's like in my way. Now, before I go any further, this is the back. So I'm going to put my tag, my black mat tag, here on the back. And I'm just putting it 3 inches up from my bottom center. And you want to do that. This isn't, there we go. So while you can still move your lining out of the way. So be sure you move the lining out of the way. I don't remember what holes I used. Isn't that terrible? I don't remember. Yeah, okay. And then I'm just grabbing a little scrap to protect everything. I'm trying to read the comments. I know. I like to be engaged in the conversation, so I don't want to miss anything. See, that was what was so fun about the Zoom. I could hear you. It was fabulous. Okay. Let's get this on right side up. It's going to be a little bit of noise. Not bad. And then I have all the scrap of my fusible fleece that I'm going to use just to cover that up a little. Man, it's so quiet in here. I kind of got used, even with that one sew along, I got used to hearing people talk. So I missed that already, you guys. All right, let's see if we got down there straight. Oh, that looks pretty good. Okay, so there you go. Now we're going to take our flap, mark your centers. I knew there was something I forgot to prep, and it was marking my centers. That's all right. We've had a busy morning here at the Taylor household. All right, let's add our flap right sides together on that top zipper with our lining that's attached. I'll show you here in a second. And then we're going to sew that at the full seam allowance in the pattern, which is a zipper seam allowance. So, I'm going to move my zipper pull out of the way for a second. Lori's finding things in drawers. I absolutely love that. All right, now, so that's what you have. Look at that together, you guys. The purple cork, the purple ostrich, and the purple zipper tape. That's crazy. That's just crazy. All right, so with that seam allowance that we just created, make sure that's going above, behind your flap. And we're gonna top stitch next to that zipper. Not next to the zipper, on the flap, I should say. It doesn't want to go up there, so you're gonna have to kind of say, no, that's where you're going. Okay. The ostrich fabric is, yes, I do. It's from Chris at Simply Classic. Yep. It's really good stuff. And I don't remember how much it was. I honestly don't. I don't remember. Okay, so now you have your zipper pocket and your flap attached. Now, I think she tells you to close your, yeah. I'm just gonna baste my pocket closed. You have a pretty good seam allowance. Oops, where's my zipper pull? So don't be too worried about that. I'm just gonna baste that zipper pocket closed. Even though it doesn't quite go to the end, you have a good seam allowance, so don't worry about it. You'll be good. Okay. Perfect. Okay. There we go. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Okay. Next step. I know, Kim, don't say it. Kim, don't be an enabler, Kim. I honestly think I already had thought that I might have to just keep it for myself. All right, so now on your wings, I love it when people enable me, so thank you, Kim. I just trimmed that up. On your wings, you want one going one way and one going the other way, and I'm going to move my zipper pull to the middle. And she wants you to lay it just above the flap. And she tells you the measurement in the pattern. Whoops. The big key here is that you get them equal. You know, the same distance. Don't tell Tony. I don't know if he's watching. He may be. Tony, are you watching? All right, so that's what you have. So your D-rings are hanging out and they're going towards each other. Now we're just gonna baste that in place. I hope I have enough bobbin. I don't have a second bobbin. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so that's what the back looks like. So the back is done. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Your lips are sealed. Thank you. All right, now we're going to make the interior pocket. I didn't miss a step, no. Okay. So here's my lining piece. I did not iron this. I probably should. Yeah. I just turned my iron on. This is purple from Indo Love, her waterproof canvas. She doesn't call it waterproof canvas anymore. I can't remember what she calls it. P something. Hi, Valerie. But you can iron it. You have to be careful, just like with any waterproof canvas, but you can iron it. So I'm going to do that back here, just ever so slightly, because it was a bit wrinkled. Okay, I'm almost done. There we go. Much better. Barbie, when you are done, will you show us what it looks like on? Oh, on the bag on my body? Yes, I will. I absolutely will. I try and do that. I don't always succeed, but I try to. I don't think I do it on my lives, though, Marion. You're absolutely right. I don't always do it there. All right, now we are going to lay this from the top. She gives you... oh, you know what I need to do first, though? I need to mark my... Where's my pen? Oh my gosh, here's a pen. I only have 1,000 pens, but I don't have one right here. So on your pocket piece, on the wrong side, which this is my wrong side, you need to mark your hole for your zipper. And she tells you exactly what it should be. Although I'm making mine 1/2 inch, not 3/8, which is okay. All right, so there's my pocket. And on the right side, of your lining piece. This is the right side of my lining piece. Measure down what she tells you to in the pattern. And it feels weird, but it works, trust me. And I'm going to use something. I've talked about it in some of my other ones. This is a Sew Tight magnet. When you have something that you're doing that you can't get clips on, this is fantastic. So I'm just going to eyeball my center. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm putting my lining right there. And then I'm going to put this underneath. And it keeps your piece exactly where you want it. They come in sets of 3, I believe. So I have 3 of them. And they weren't really that expensive. It's called sewtight.com. Jan, Brenna. All right, now we're going to just sew around our zipper box. I learned about these sew tights from Chris at Simply Classic. You know, we all learn from each other. She is a wonderful person too, by the way. Okay. Now we're going to cut that open just like we do any other zipper hole. So there's the magnet on the back, and it kept that exactly where I wanted it. Hi, Ellie. But be careful, they're very tight. They are very tight magnets. Okay, cut your hole open with your little corner triangle without cutting your zipper, your thread. And then I will turn this to the inside. Oh, close. I was very close there. I'm supposed to stand up right now. Sorry, Siri, it's not happening. Not happening right this minute. Kind of busy. All right, I'm going to turn around and just give that a really quick press. I'm still here. Okay. So that's what you have. Now take your other zipper, which is purple as well. Marion, you're working on a Tuesday tote. Oh, how cool. I've kind of gotten into the quilting too, since I did the quilting on the Tracy wristlet. I haven't done another one, but I've tried to think about what is my next project that I could quilt the bag. I don't like to do it on everything I make, but you know, it might be cute. Okay, so here's my zipper, and I just put some double-sided tape there. Oh my gosh, I got the tape off. First try. That never happens. My zipper is closing to the left, and I'm just going to add my zipper in there. Pull that up. Take off my tape. Put a ponytail elastic around. Oh, well, that's interesting, Lori. Okay, now we're just going to make sure this is open. You haven't done anything with your lining piece, and we're going to sew around that box. I'm going to backstitch. I'm using purple on purple, so it'll be fine. Perfect. A baby one. That's a good idea. Look at that purple on purple, you guys. I really didn't know it was going to look so cute. I hoped it would. All right. Now, what does she tell you to do? I just want to make sure I'm not following the pattern. All right, now we're going to bring this pocket up. And we don't leave this pocket open either, so we're going to sew around all 3 edges. Yeah. The bottom's already. It's so funny because I made this bag 2 days ago. And I'm like, now what am I doing? What am I doing? I've slept since then, so you know how that goes. I'm just going to cut off my excess zipper and burn that a little bit. Okay. There you have that interior zipper pocket. It's a good size, really. All right, now we'll set that aside for just a moment. And grab your last 2 pieces, which are your front panel. And we're putting those right sides together. And we're going to stitch just across the top. Turn it and top stitch. Ooh, that clip. Oh my gosh. Do you sometimes get pinched by your clips? You know? Goodness gracious. I have had, Jan. You're so right. Oh, it's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Now, let me just check my seam allowance. Yeah. So you have 1 seam allowance unless otherwise stated. So that's what we're using here. Just across this top. There is a slight, ever so slight curve to it. I don't know if I'm sure you can see. Just a little bit of a curve. And then if you do have pinking shears, I would use those just to cut that seam allowance in half. It's just enough of a curve that the pinking shears really help you get a nice edge on that. But if you don't have pinking shears, which some people don't, just clip it. Put some little clips in it. I think I've had those pinking shears from 1982. Something crazy like that. Okay, then we're gonna put those wrong sides together and top stitch. You know, I love cork. I just did a video with wax canvas too. And I hadn't used wax canvas in a very long time, and I just love it. I love it, but I love cork too. Top stitching that top edge. You know, Lori, that's a very good question. I have not ever had them sharpened. I have a pair that I inherited from my mom that really need sharpening, but I think they can be. Yeah. All right, now we're going to do our turn lock. So I need to mark my center here. And I'm just going to mark it with a little tiny piece of, with gray there. So I know where my center is. This I can clip. And then we're going to measure down what she tells you to in the pattern. And make a mark. Let me grab my turn lock. I'm using all my black matte hardware. I'm really low on a lot of it, but I am getting a restock fairly soon. I'm going to take out my little screws here. Oh, goodness gracious. Hold the phone, it's very tight. I'm really not that big of a weakling. You would think I am, but oh my goodness. I've used a bunch of these and they're not this tight. I'm gonna have to go get another one. Hold on, let me see. You know what? Let me grab this other little screwdriver. Oh my gosh. All right, I gotta go get a different one. I need to test those before I send them out. Hold on. Okay. I think that was just a bad one. They always send me extras of these, but that's something I need to test before I... See how easy that one is? Okay. I was beginning to think I had lost any muscle mass whatsoever. Oh, gosh. Okay. There we go. All right. crisis averted. Crisis averted. All right, now I'm putting this in before I close these because I don't want it obviously on my through my lining. So 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. I'm just marking my holes. There is not a secret to working with wax canvas, really. If there is, I have not found it. Oh, what did I do here? Hold on. I don't find that it gums up my needle at all. So I know some people think it does. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this right here. There we go. I suppose if you used it exclusively, it would over time, but I've never had a problem. So. All right, so I'm making sure that I'm not going through my lining piece to put my holes here. And that I'm not cutting myself. And then this is the male portion of my turnlock. What did I do with that? Oh, here it is. And I wasn't gonna put a piece, but I think I will. I think I will. Let me just see here. Just to protect my cork. Oh, Marion, squirt it with machine oil. That's a great idea. I've never had one of those do that, where I couldn't get it undone. I guess that happens. All right, here we go. Good job. The key is you just want to make sure you get that in there nice and snug. And secure. Gonna be some noise. And then I'm gonna cover that with a piece of fleece. Another little piece of fleece. Just to protect my lining. There we go. All right. So there you have that. All right, now this next piece, let me make sure I covered all my marks. Oh, let me get rid of this one. There we go. Okay. So this next part is a little interesting. Use some double-sided tape, or you could use glue. This is how we're gonna make these little pleats. We're gonna put these together with double-sided tape, these edges, because we're gonna use, make this as a one piece, the lining and this. So I'm just putting double-sided tape so that I can keep them together. It'll make sense when we get to putting it together. So take your tape off. And that becomes one piece. Now, if they aren't even, just trim it up. Mine isn't quite even, and that's okay. Same thing over here. So now that's one piece. That corner is one piece because of the tape. Okay, same there, and it's not quite even for me, which is, again, not a big deal. All right. Now I have tape all over me. Hi, Kathy. Augustine, Florida. From rainy Augustine, Florida. You know, it hasn't rained a drop here yet today, and I'm just south of Tampa, so. All right. So on these corners, you want to take this edge and fold it just like this. And I find it easier to clip it. So here's the top, and I'm just folding the bottom towards the side, just like that. And then we're gonna fold that back down. So I folded it towards the side, and now I'm folding it back down. It takes a little finagling to get it the way you want it and it looking good. So just like that. Again, over here, you're gonna take the bottom and fold it towards the side. Okay, and then we're gonna bring that back down straight. It doesn't really have to look that pretty, but that's what you have. So you have two little pleats here on the bottom. Okay. Now we're gonna just baste those down just like that. It gives it a great little shape. And you know, if you need to finagle it, then do so. It doesn't have to be perfect though, because you have a good seam. Oh my gosh, I have to tell you something, guys. You know, when you find somebody to do work for you, whatever it is, and you go back to them time after time, I had some files that I needed to create a vector file, and I've used this person on Etsy for years now. She's done a lot of my logos and stuff, and I just reached out to her and I said, you know, I need this logo in a vector file. She goes, absolutely. She said, here's a listing. It was cheap. It was, I don't know, $16. And she already did it for me, and she just sent me the file. I mean, my goodness gracious. Very fast. Very amazing and very fast. All right, so that's what you have. Two little pleats in that front. I mean, it just gives the bag a little unique shape, and it's not hard to do at all. Okay, I'm just looking to see what's next because I don't want to mess it up. Oh, okay. Now, take your lining piece, and we're gonna lay this piece that we just created right on top. And this is where those center marks are gonna probably be very helpful, because it's an odd shaped piece now, It won't be once we get it sewn together, but it is right this minute. So I'm just attaching it to my lining. I know, you're probably thinking, what? Yeah, it works. It's beautiful. The gal at Noodlehead, I can't remember her first name. I apologize for that. Very smart. I have some patterns of hers that I haven't done yet. I need to. And then pull those up, the sides up. There's going to be a little pooch. Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, it would. Now, the problem with leather, Marion, it's a turned bag, so you'd have to be really careful. I don't have any interfacing in any of this. I used, the one I just showed you at the beginning, which I'll show you again, was a little challenging to turn. You've made several and it worked great, Karen? Okay. Was that hard to turn? Did you have trouble turning it? Probably not. Karen's very good seamstress. It worked great. Okay. All right, now we're going to baste that together after I have a sip of coffee. Okay, just baste that on all three of those sides. You sew precariously through you. So, Karen, you didn't have any trouble turning it. That was interesting. I do have some lighter weight leather that this would be really cute. That would probably work. The black leather I recently got at Tandy is probably too thick. But on her pattern, the flap is leather. The front of her pattern, this little piece here is leather. So the rest of it is a canvas, I believe. Okay, so there you go. Look at that already. Isn't that cute? Okay. So now we're ready to put it together. Here's my outside piece. Hi, Heidi. So make sure your D-rings are inside. Make sure your zipper pull is inside. And we are going to put this lining piece and our outside piece right sides together. Match your centers. And I'm doing my top centers next. And I haven't, the only thing we have left to do is put the other part of our turn lock on, which we will do once we get this done. Hi, Marilyn, you did. I usually go live on Sundays, but I had this all cut out, and I thought, oh my, this would be a great pattern to do a live. So here we are. And I'm trying to do different times of the day and different days of the week. So you want to match up your sides here. Lori, you found some old Easter candy. You know, if it's from 10 years ago, don't eat it. I don't want you getting sick. That's funny. All right, now we're going to leave the turning hole right up here in the top. So, and if you've watched me for any length of time, you know I like to leave large turning holes. This fabric probably, oh, I gotta sneeze. Oh dear. Hold on. Oh, pardon me. I like to leave large turning holes. So this turning hole, I'll just let you know, is almost 6 inches. Goodness gracious. All right. Let's do it. And I'm going to do my 90 degree. I've got thread down here on my lap, and it makes me feel like there's a bug on me. Oh, gosh, I crack myself up sometimes. Let me just check my seam allowance because I think this is different. Nope. Okay. Okay. So I'm doing my 90 degree there. It just gives that a little more durability when you're turning it. And then when you get down here, you're going to pivot. You can really see it in the pieces. And put your needle down and pivot. Make sure your D-ring and everything's out of your way. Oops, one more stitch. Do your corner. Just making sure I'm getting my basting stitches in. Then get up here and pivot on the same spot. Go over to your mark and do your 90 degree. Okay. You guys, we're almost done. It's an absolutely beautiful thing. Thank you. I don't think I've ever sneezed on a live, so that is the first for me. Now I'm going to trim my corners. And I'm going to decrease my seam by about half. Okay. Now let's turn it right side out. Lori, I'm not going to Nashville. No. I had plans to go to the Florida SME, but as you guys know, that one got canceled. So unfortunately, no. I don't even know when it is. When is it? When is the one in Nashville? It's coming up. Okay, let's take your time here. And pull this out. Hi everyone. Hi Maja from Melbourne. Oh my goodness. What time is it there? Yeah, Florida got canceled. Yep. They're not doing the one in Orlando this year. Oh, Nashville is the first week in September? Lori? Really? Huh. I thought it was like within the next few weeks. That's interesting. Oh, Maja, it's 4:30 a.m. Oh my goodness, bless you. You must be an early riser. All right, just poke out all your corners. As good as you can. Yeah, Lori, Florida got canceled. There was a problem. I don't know any details, but there was a problem with the Gaylord. If you're part of the SME Facebook group, Kayla did a live, I don't know, a few weeks ago, talking about it. It's a very difficult thing for her, which I think we all can imagine. Okay. It's August 29th to September 1 is the Nashville SME. Oh, no. I'm thinking I might want to go now that the other one's canceled. Yeah, she said she was going to try and reschedule the Florida one, but she doesn't think she can make it happen this year, which is a bummer. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. All right, now we're gonna fold this in, and this is, you need to be as neat as you can. Obviously, this is the flap. So I usually take a little time here. Hi, Michelle. Oh gosh, we're getting all kinds of our international friends. I love it. Isn't it great how things like this can bring people together? I just think that's just the coolest thing, really. Trying to get that nice and flat. You know, I did that, Lori, I did that in Florida last year, and I was hoping to do that again this year in Florida, but since that got canceled, okay. Now, let me think about it, because I thought it was like in July. So, and there was no way for me to do that in July. But I might in September, August, September. Let's think about it. Okay. All right, now I'm just going to number one, I'm gonna top stitch this close, but we're gonna start. And on the other ones that I've done, let me just show you. Let me grab some of these clips. You start, it depends on your machine and how close you can get. My fabricator, I can't get quite as close as I might be able to on my Thor, but I'm okay with that. Let me show you on this one. So I started, it's about an inch up from the top of this bottom, the bottom of the flap, about an inch. And that's really all you need. There's a little thread here that's driving me crazy, guys, so sorry. Oops, I have to get it. There we go, done. So I'm gonna mark about an inch. You want it to be equal on both sides, as best you can. So I'm just gonna mark that an inch up from where my flap starts. Just like anything, you want it to be as symmetrical as possible. Oh my gosh, it would be so much fun if we could do that. Fly to Atlanta and drive us the rest of the way. Okay. All right, I'm gonna start there and we're gonna top stitch all the way around. Now I'm gonna go slow because my little thumper here, Lori, sound familiar? There we go. He did good. By the way, guys, Lori's the one who named my fabricator Thumper. She did. He's a little noisy. I like him. I love him. It's all right. I don't mind. Oh, I gotta get that out of the way because I gotta push my fabric in a little there. Perfect. This ostrich vinyl from Simply Classic is really a dream to sew with. It really is. Okay. It's a beautiful thing. Oh my gosh. You guys, this is such a cute little bag. I mean, it's not a huge bag, but it's big enough for everything I carry every day, which is my purse pad, my Jordan patch, my eyeglass case. Look at that. All right, now we got to mark where we want our other part of our turn lock. And I think what I did, let me just do this. Thank you, BJ. I'm going to mark my center here. And then I put it right above my stitching. Uh-oh, thunder. Centered. And I just use this to mark my center. And I need to mark it with a pen so I can see it. Okay. Now, this is going to be noisy. Fair warning. You carry yours everywhere, Karen? Well, I'm hoping we're going somewhere at 3:30 today, so I'm probably gonna take this with me. I know. Let me find my oh dear, what did I do with it? Oh, here it is. I need that one, and I used this one too, I believe. Okay. So if you want to turn the volume down, you might want to, because this is going to be noisy. And I got to pull this down so I can see what I'm doing here. Okay, noise, lots of noise. Here it comes. Very noisy. Okay. Now, I use this to get my sides where my screws go. I know, it's very noisy. I'm so sorry, guys. And then, let's see. I think I need to get a little more from the sides. Yeah, just a little tiny bit. This is not for the faint of heart because it is so noisy. And go, with this part, just go slow, because if you take too much off, then it's very painful. Oh my gosh, that's perfect. Let me move this out of the way. Okay. Okay, the noise is done. You can turn the volume back. Oh gosh. Sometimes I have to just laugh, you know? Okay, here we go. We're almost done, guys. Now you could put some glue in there, and I might do that after we're done here. Let me just see how it looks. It looks so good. Oh my gosh. Let me get my other little screwdriver to tighten these up. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me clean up my area here real quick. I'll turn you around and we'll take a gander together. I mean, I've made this like my fourth one, but it's the purple. It's the purple that makes me very happy. Okay, I'm gonna close your eyes if you get seasick. I'm gonna move you over here so you can see me when I stand up. Okay. Oh, you guys, I know I kind of act like a kid sometimes. I can't help it because I get so excited. Okay. Here it is. Oh my gosh. Ostrich and cork. Purple zipper tape. Purple lining. purple lining. Oops. And another zipper pocket in here. And look at the darts give you just that little extra room. And they're not darts. I don't know what she calls them, honestly. But it's very cute. All right. I'm going to put it on and stand up. That was a great idea. Let me step back here as far as I can. Isn't that cute? So I like the turn lock because it gives you a little more security. But you can open it up, get whatever you need out of there, close it back up. And then you can put your, I would put my cell phone back here. Look at that. So you can tell the size. It's not huge. It's not small, teeny, but it's not huge. Oh my. I know. You know, I get excited at every bag. I can't help myself. I know you guys do too. Look at that. Purple Passion. I think I'm going to call this one Purple Passion. Look at it. Oh my gosh. The Haralson belt bag. So you could wear it around your waist if you wanted to. By Noodlehead. I'm going to take it with us where we go today. I need to try it out. Oh my gosh. It's so cute. Okay, so that's the one I made today, and this is the one I made the other day. So this is the Kaya Faux by Indo Love Creations, this navy, and then obviously the roses are Lauren Mormino. And then this light blue is from Your Vinyl Source. It's her water-resistant canvas. This one is for sale on my website, or it will be. I don't even know if it's out there yet. Oh my gosh. Look how cute that is. I'm sorry, I keep saying it. I won't say it again, but it's so cute. I know, Lil. Renata is one of those small businesses, vendors, that is just a delight. She's an absolute delight. I ordered, she's been gone for, I think she's back now, but took a long trip with her son overseas. And before she left, I ordered some stuff because I knew she was going out of town for like a month. And I've ordered from her for years now, and she's never made a mistake. She made a mistake this time, sent me the wrong stuff. And I just emailed her and I said, you know, I know you're getting ready to go, so no big deal. I don't have to have it. I said, if you want me to, I'll send this back, what she sent in by mistake. And when you get back, you can just send me what I actually ordered. She said, absolutely not. She goes, keep what I sent you, and I'm putting it in the mail. I think it was the day before she left. But her customer service is just amazing. And her prices, you're right, Marianne, her prices are outstanding. And she ships same day, same or next day. You know, I try and do that too, because I know people want it. I want it. When I order something, I don't want to wait a week or two. So anyway, enough of my little soapbox. But I love to support small businesses. So Renata is one of those. She works out of her home like I do. So support those little small businesses. Now, you know, we occasionally have to buy stuff from Amazon. I do. But the small businesses are important to keep going. Yeah, she is, Jan. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been fun. How long have we been online? About an hour and a half, a little over an hour and a half. I had fun. So this is what we made. The Haralson belt bag, crossbody bag by Noodlehead. Great pattern. She's given me permission to do her patterns, by the way. I don't do patterns unless I have gotten permission. So the last thing I want to mention again is if you haven't, go watch my videos on the Simple Wallet Raw Edge by Simple Artful Stuff. Anne is another fabulous small business designer. These three are actually on my website for sale. I think they are. Now I say that, I'm like, should I just keep them? I know. But anyway, these are available if you want to purchase them. And then the pattern is linked in my videos as well. So go get the pattern, get your supplies ready, and we'll do a live next week or the following week. It'll probably be late next week. We'll do a live making one of these together. Okay? Thanks for watching. I appreciate each one of you. It's Friday. Have a safe and happy holiday weekend. My dad's birthday was July 4th, so he always called himself independent, you know. What did he call himself? No, I can't even remember. Oh, a Yankee Doodle Dandy. My dad would have been 93 today. 94. 94 today, on July 4th. But he called himself a Yankee Doodle Dandy. My dad was a character. I love him to this day. I miss him every single day. Anyway, have a wonderful holiday. Be safe. Enjoy your family and friends. And sew a little bit if you have time. Thanks for watching. I appreciate each one of you. Bye-bye.